I'd totally find that normal. I probably wouldn't be surprised at all. Well, yes and no. I would be surprised because I think that I'm exactly like my dad in terms of personality, but in terms of physical features, I look nothing like anyone close to me in my family. So I actually was told for the first 10 or 12 years of my life by my dad that I was adopted from Sweden, so I don't know which one's true. It's not a lie. Is it sad if I say no? I don't really know. I don't think there's like one thing that I'm like particularly good at over other things. To be honest, I don't think that I'm like excellent at like one thing. I think I can do a number of things. Okay. Like, I think I'm funny. I think I'm really funny. My brother, you know, he always laughs at my jokes even though he told me he doesn't think I'm funny. I find that hard to believe. It's totally not true. He just likes to make me feel bad about myself. Once I wrote a song called "If I Were President," but it was like about like animals, like talking animals. Not what I would actually do if I were president. I don't know. I like hate politics, so I'd probably run away. But I'd also help Israel and America. Actually, this is something that's very important to me. A lot of times I hear American Jews talking about, what kind of, who they're going to vote for. Like their decision is going to be based on like how that candidate feels about Israel. But the truth is, and I love Israel, I really do. But the truth is, like, I am an American citizen, and I'm an American first. I'm an American Jew, not a Jewish American. Or no, the other way around. Yes, I'm a Jewish American. So I think it's so important to focus on our country. And there's so many problems to be fixed, so much poverty, education, reform, healthcare, so much stuff that we need to work on here first before thinking about other places, even though Israel is definitely a priority for me in terms of politics. Energy dependence. That needs to be, you can't, no more oil dependence. Very important. Switch to electric cars. That's the future. 100% Solomon Schechter School. And the people I met there, the teachers I had, etc. Actually, I don't know if it's even the teachers, but just the school, the ideals of the school, the fact that it was such a tight-knit community, people that I've really grown up with. But more than that, I think what Solomon Schechter gave me is the ability to so it gave me Jewish knowledge, textual knowledge and theoretical knowledge of Jewish customs and laws and stories. And by giving me that basis, it also gave me the ability to think about religion, and it's hard to really think about it in a personal way. Make personal decisions about what kind of person I want to be, how to achieve spirituality. I think that's something that's very important to me, is having, living in the concrete world and being realistic about my goals and my actions, but also to be able to connect with a more spiritual side of myself. And going to Salman Schechter, it gave me the opportunity, it gave me the knowledge to then question, challenge, and really make educated personal decisions about who I want to be. And in a very comfortable setting, in a setting that really like encouraged like that sort of thinking, and it's the type of thinking that I haven't even found in college. So I miss that, but that was really important. Also, my dad is a huge role model. I think we're very similar. He's the most motivated and like self-controlled and aware. He's so aware of himself. He's the most that determined person I know. I think knowing how to communicate with people is so underrated, especially now. And I'm not saying that that's something that I'm good at, because it's definitely not. But it's so important, and only gets more important, to learn how to really express, what you want, how you feel, to other people, explain things, and people are it's going the opposite direction, especially through the internet and all other types of communication, but like face-to-face communication is probably really important skill that's underrated. I was recently in Israel and for 2 weeks, and all the people I hung out with were either below 18 or over 21, because all the other people in that age range are in the army. And a lot of people I spoke to were, past the age of American college students, but a lot of them didn't have jobs. A lot of them were off traveling or had, were waiters and waitresses, things that they weren't necessarily, they hadn't really like started their lives. And I was like trying to compare that to American society, and it was, I'm 18 years old and I am feeling, so much societal pressure, at school and from my community at home, and it's the way I've been brought up to believe that, in our culture, it's so important to start your life early. It's all about like the American dream is you don't waste time. You don't waste, the young, and the young, hardworking years of your life. You don't waste those years, off in India for 6 months, or like living with your parents. That's not how I've been raised, and I'm not saying that it's good. On the other hand, I think, in Israel maybe it's too late. I have friends who are 26 still living with their parents, like they haven't started their life. So I think there needs to be a balance, but I think something that people in America, or in our community should know, that it's like it's okay to like take your time to grow up a little bit. I don't think that people need to be as rushed when they're so young to like make a lot of money and start their life, even though it's goes against the American dream, which I think it's a beautiful thing, the American dream, but I think a lot of times it leads to heartache. Yeah, I probably tell myself not to be such a loser. No, I don't know. I probably would. I'm not sure. I definitely went through a hard time in the beginning of high school. I was like depressed for a while because of my physical condition. I like had a limp. It was really painful to walk. And so like the year before my surgery and a few months after, I just like was full of so much self-pity. And I don't know if it would have changed anything, but like, you know, it would have been nice if I could, you know, I knew the whole time that I was strong enough to get through it, but maybe if I had like a little bit more um, emotional support, you know, just to know that like everything would be like infinitely better afterwards. That would have been, I think it couldn't have helped, it couldn't have hurt. But I am the only normal one in my mind. So. No, I'm actually crazy. Seven years. Okay, I have strength to be happy.